Hello everyone and welcome back. I know it's a little bit late to be doing this, but we are doing the Starlight Festival quest line here, as we have every year. Hey, as you can see, we're all dressed up in red, and the quest is here in Gridania at the amphitheater, and we are just about to accept it. Not so silent night. I'm Garanafi, has need of a little helper, and who is more helpful than you? That's a good question. Claire, how wonderful to see you! I knew you'd be joining us again this year. We have lots of surprises in store, especially for the little ones. The Starlight celebration couldn't be complete without the beaming smiles of all those darling children. One of said surprises will involve a tradition from the frozen climes of Ishgard. A little snow makes the world glisten and sparkle, but too much can be ever so dangerous, as the Ishgardians know all too well. That is why the adults offer song to the saints of Nimia, so that he may keep the blizzards at bay. While the weather here in Gridania is nowhere near as inclement as that, a festive song like that would make the proceedings even more memorable, and when the singing is over, we'll give each child in the audience a present. Luckily, several local businesses have agreed to fund all this merrymaking. Are you familiar with Malcinta of Black Rabbit Traders by any chance? She has been particularly eager to lend us a hand. From the decorations to the costumes, there is scarcely an aspect of the celebrations in which she hasn't been involved. In fact, she has even agreed to arrange the musicians who will be singing here at the May Kittos Amphitheater. The only trouble is, I haven't seen her for a while, and I worry that she may have encountered complications. Now, I'm sure there is nothing to worry about, but I would be ever so grateful if you could speak with her. Perhaps politely remind her that the success of the Starlight celebration hangs in the balance? I'm dreadfully sorry to impose on you like this, but we are up to our baubles and tasks and simply cannot wait. Could you do me this one teensy favor? I don't see why not. Oh, that's terrific. She's probably at her stall near the Aetheryte Plaza. I mean, the whole Starlight celebration hangs in the balance may be a bit dramatic. But then again, if there's one thing I learned about this game, it's that people do tend to stretch the truth just a little bit. You know, I think I just realized that I'm taking a long way back. Oh well. Gives us a chance to get at least a little bit of a look at some of the decorations. Okay, so the Black Rabbit Traders, for those of you who don't know, is right over here, as you can see her. And she normally sells just like these little things for beginner adventurers. Claire, how lovely to see you, and might I say, seldom does a day go by that I do not think of the way you say my precious homunculi from the Barot's Trading Company. Well, it was never my intention to keep Ame Garanafi waiting. I will happily explain everything as soon as we take this conversation somewhere a little more private. Might I suggest the secluded area by the Leather Workers Guild? Yeah, that's right. During the post-Moogle quest lines, there's about 50 of them in all, but one of the quests involves you going here to Gridania and helping her with she was like the agent for like this popular boy band, and they were thinking about leaving because of someone lying to them and all that. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen it. But all in all, it ended happily. But all in all, it had a good ending. Let's just put it like that. Here they are. Thank you for agreeing to meet me here. I'm on good terms with Guildmaster Jiva, and she lets me use this place for... well, that's a story for another time. Or perhaps never. I don't know, I would like to hear it. Naturally, a quiet spot like this is ideal for avoiding unwanted attention. Well, the guard, who has been asked to turn a blind eye, is an effective deterrent to any would-be eavesdroppers. As I'm sure you know, the homunculi cause a stir wherever they go, and I need them focused on the task at hand. It's strange to think that without your intervention all those moons ago, they would have escaped my clutch, would have been lost to me forever. And here we all are, reunited. You will no doubt be pleased to hear that since the last time you saw them, my honey-tongued musician geniuses have been touring the breadth of the realm. Naturally, Black Rabbit traders continue to enjoy a profitable relationship with Eorzea's most beloved traveling bards. Of course, it won't do to have this conversation interrupted by legions of squealing followers, hence our current venue. As for their role in the Starlight celebration, I jumped at the chance to have them take center stage. Admirers will flock from moms around for the chance to see the homunculi in their new specially prepared material. I can picture it now, the dulcet tones of my beautiful bards filling the air of festival goers young and old, with Black Rabbit traders making gill hand over fist from all the garments we sell. And what's more, the presence of such renowned artists will raise the profile of the celebration, meaning that I am Garanji and her Starlight celebrants will have even more reason to be cheerful. All that remains is for the homunculi to fulfill their part of the bargain and put together a few songs for the concert itself. Therein lies the problem. Were this any other performance, we would mesmerize the crowds with a few favorites from our repertoire, such as Fair Lady, Return My Breeches, or Hey Nani Nani, Maiden Most Bonny. Fearing that such material may not be appropriate, we thought it best to work on some new pieces. Oh man, I can see what kind of performers these guys really are. But this occasion calls for traditional Ishgardian music, whereas we weave our entrancing melodies in the classic Gridanian style. To better fulfill the needs of the Starlight celebration, we sought the aid of an Ishgardian composer. Upon taking receipt of the manuscripts, however, we found that they were written for a mixed choir, 4 singers, 2 male and 2 female. It does not take a musician aficionado to appreciate that the homunculi are ill-equipped for such a performance. To make matters worse, there simply isn't time to have the pieces rewritten. We are well and truly out of our element, like proverbial babes in the wood. Whatever will we do? All of this moping is getting us nowhere. Are you professionals or not? What we need are solutions, and fast. First of all, let us select our vocalists. Luckily, the composer has provided instruction on the kind of voices required to carry the melody, though I must admit I can make neither heads nor tails of these notes. One of the female voices must be as uplifting as birdsong on a crisp winter morning, and the other ethereal as the zephyr across a sun-dappled stream. For the males, reminiscent of a mighty oak's outstretched boughs, and deep and cavernous as the bowels of the earth. We have to start our search somewhere, I suppose. Claire, perhaps you can help. Can you think of anyone who possesses a voice as uplifting as birdsong on a crisp winter's morning? Oh. Okay, I don't know. I mean, how would I know? They don't have voice actors. So what am I supposed to say to that? You know what? I'm just going to pick this one. We'll say Fufu-cha of the Botanist Guild. I can picture her being able to carry a tune, but wouldn't her duties as Guildmaster take priority? Thank you for the suggestion, though. I was actually planning to ask Garanji, mainly because she is the person least likely to refuse. With that settled, we should move on to our second female vocalist. Can you think of anyone with a stream as inferior as the zephyrin across a sun-dappled stream? Oh, oh, that is funny. Kane Sina. You, my Sinta. Me? You must be joking! You're serious, aren't you? Oh, I'm somewhat partial to humming the odd tune while enjoying a long soak in the bath. I should be able to get through it without making too big a fool of myself. And it's for a good cause. Macinta, my darling, it would be an honor to join my voice with yours in musical matrimony. Let's not get carried away. For all you know, I could be a dreadful singer. Fear not, my lady, for we shall be on hand to provide all the tutelage you might require. Though the question remains, which two lucky fellows will be accompanying you? Reminiscent of a mighty oak's outstretched boughs, I would say that description fits Agostino's soaring vocals. I couldn't agree more. Finding someone whose voice is as deep and cavernous as the bowels of the earth may prove a little more challenging. The homunculi music rarely ventures into the lower notes. At the risk of volunteering myself for that role too, mayhap we should put that matter to the side for now. Claire, might I ask a favor of you? Well, two favors, actually. Okay. Keen as always. I haven't even told you what the favors are yet. Yeah, I know, it's a bad habit of ours. I need you to collect a conductor's baton from Beaton of the Carpenters Guild, as well as an order of choir surplices from Resident Rose over at the Weavers Guild in Udall. After paying a visit to these master artisans, head straight to M. Garanji in Met Kito's amphitheater. She will be expecting you. In the meantime, it seems prudent for us to rehearse away from prying ears. Now, make haste, Claire. Easier said than done. Man, I thought for sure they were going to ask us to sing with them. Okay, we'll head straight over to Udall first. That way when we come back, we can just run straight into the Carpenters Guild. Wait, so I'm curious, are we going to be asking like Resident Rose or Beaton to be the fourth member of the choir? I mean, I think their voices would be deep enough for it, but again, we don't know what they sound like. They don't have voiceovers. So that is just... I mean, I just find it very strange they would choose a choir, of all things here. Well, well, that isn't Claire. I trust you have not been neglecting your needlework? No, sir. The choir surplices? Not the most challenging request the guild has received, but a welcome change from all the plebeians asking us to add arse flaps to their cutlets. Another pleasant surprise was the amount Macinta was willing to pay for them. So generous was she that I thought it only fair to include a few more. Knowing her, she'll find a way to pitch them to the festival goers, so any surpluses could be sold on for a profit. This could even mark the beginning of a very lucrative venture for black rabbit traders and the Weavers Guild. Our mutual acquaintances undoubtedly counting the guild as we speak, so I suggest you deliver these garments to her post-haste. Best of luck with the Starlight celebration. Why does it seem that in this game, every trader and merchant is like really greedy, like really money hungry? I mean, I know she's doing this for a good cause, but that's just what it feels like. Right, so we're back, and the Carpenters Guild's right over here. If I remember correctly, he's got some experience singing sea shanties. Welcome back, Claire. Are you here to show me your latest creation? Sadly, no. Ah, yes, I have the conductor's baton right here. Since the guild seldom receives orders for such items, I thought it best to deal with this one personally. The maple gives it a certain degree of flexibility, while the cork grip allows it to be held between thumb and index finger without fear of dropping it. It's a stick! I am confident that Macenta will appreciate the quality of the craftsmanship. While my services do not come cheap, she is sure to feel that her money was well spent. It's a stick! And spend she did. In all honesty, a simple twig would probably suffice, but nothing is too good for her homunculi. I must admit, I do not see the appeal in those preening pretty boys. The sight of a saw on wood and the tap of a hammer on chizo are all the music I need. Well, at least he sees that there was really no need to go all out for a baton. But hey, I guess it's the thought that counts. So we're back. I wonder if they told her yet that she's going to be part of the choir. You're back. I was considering sending out a search party for you too. Is everything all right? Hey, the conductor's baton. Meticulously crafted and exorbitantly priced, the conductor's weapon of choice offers no discernible advantages over a simple stick, or even an extended finger. I just love how they're not even trying to hide how ridiculous this sounds. Hey, order choir surplices. No traditional Ishgardian choir is complete without these loose-fitting garments. Some claim that looking the part is the first step to sounding the part. Unless I am very much mistaken, these look remarkably like a conductor's wand and some sort of smocks. This may seem like an odd question, but why are you giving these to me? Did I forget to tell you? Not to worry, all will become clear once you change into your surplice and are ready to rehearse. Well, that's a fine time to tell her. Rehearse? But I don't remember agreeing to sing. I'm fairly certain you never even asked me. Sorry, dear, change of plans. To be honest, knowing how committed you are to the Starlight celebration, it never occurred to me that you might oppose to the idea. Well, we can't disappoint the little ones. I suppose it's only meet that I at least try. Very well, I'll do it. If it makes you feel any better, I will be singing too. Bear in mind that I lack your experience when it comes to entertaining the masses, so if there's anyone who should be nervous, it's me. Besides, there's no time for dilly-dallying. We still have to find a man with a voice as deep and cavernous as the bowels of the earth. Oh, I see where this is going. Are these the musicians? We better start checking the amphitheaters. What did you call them? Acoustics? No, that doesn't sound right. You there, are you one of the Starlight celebrants? I, and a member of the Adventurers Guild besides. Every year they give me leave to help out with the festival. Remarkable, his every word reverberates to the core of my soul, deep and cavernous as the bowels of the earth. Why, he's Titan incarnate! My thoughts exactly. Who could have guessed that the perfect candidate was under our noses? Figuratively speaking, of course, this whole time. How would you like to join our choir? Come on. I don't see why not. When it comes to being big and loud, no one does it better than me. Aha, glad to hear. While I would normally balk at sharing my stage with rank amateurs, I am willing to make an exception. Obviously, none of you can even hope to reach my standards, but with sufficient practice, we should be able to approach adequate or even not displeasing. As for us, Scarlet and Orsofox, I have something else in mind. While you may be While you may not be serenading us with your angelic vocals, you will instead be blessing the children with the presents I have prepared. I will make sure they keep their hands off the children's mummies, no matter how yummy they might be. Oh wow. If the homunculi can limit their flirtations to a well-timed wink here and a cheeky smile there, we'll have them eating out of our hands, without any lasting repercussions. I have a question. Who is this conductor stick for? Oh gee, I wonder who. You catch on quickly, don't you? I'm not asking you to do this entirely from the goodness of your heart. I will see to it that you are properly remunerated in some form. Okay. For the children. I would say compared to the 4 members of the choir, you have the easy job. Judging from what I've seen at other concerts, you just need to look the part and wave the baton a bit. Simple. Rather you than me, friend. I wouldn't know where to start. I'm much more comfortable bellowing away to me heart's content. Anyway, let me know when you're ready for some conducting. Okay, quest complete. So I'm guessing that we get the choir robes after we do the concert. Okay, so we just have to accept this quest from here. And it is reusable, so it can be played multiple times. The Certificate of Good Cheer is the reward, a slip of parchment issued in recognition of efforts towards spreading Starlight spirit. Benefield is keen to put his booming voice to good use. Ready for a bit of singing? Oh, if you're wondering where Macinta's gone, she's keeping an eye on her stall. She'll be right back when it's time to get started, though. You think she have enough on her plate already, what with all of that buying and selling. Good of her to find the time, and Gil to help us lot with the festival. Her voice ain't half bad either. It's hard to believe that she wants someone like me to be in her choir. I don't know the first thing about music. Best I can manage is a few sea shanties, and that's only when I'm in me cups. Might as well make the most of it, I suppose, and if we're enjoying ourselves, maybe the younglings will too. As long as they stick around long enough to get their presents, we can consider it a success. But how about you? Had a chance to practice your wand waving? If not, well, it's a bit late to start now, but I'm sure you'll pick it up as we go along. It looks like we've already got a few people lined up to watch the show. You can see the Starlight celebrants herding them together over yonder. I'd watch out for that enthusiastic-looking lass over there, though. She's been telling folk about the most lauded musicians the realm has ever known, and they seem to be lapping it up. I appreciate her drumming up a crowd like that, but I think her expectations might be a bit too high. What with this being our first performance? Might be an idea to start with the other lot. They seem less like to take offense to a flat note or two. Once you're feeling confident, we could take a crack at something trickier. But you're the conductor, so you get the final say in what we sing and when. Well, there's no time like the present. Let one of the Starlight celebrants know when you're ready to begin. Quest difficulty and rewards will vary according to which Starlight celebrants you approach. Okay, so the reason that they had the 2 different stacks, like you get 3 stacks and then the 2 stacks. So, I'm guessing this is the one of them. So which one's the... Okay, so one of them's supposed to be the easy mode, the other is the hard mode, so... Finish your preparations? That's good. I've been trying to keep the younglings amused while they wait. Then I told them that only the most well-behaved child would receive a present, and they soon settled down. Anyway, it's time we get started. This way, please. Speak with the Starlight celebrant to begin the Chandabol. You will earn 2 certificates of good cheer for successful completion of this piece. Okay, so this is the easy one. To attempt the Capriccio, speak with the splendiferous Starlight celebrant. The reward for success completion vary according to difficulty. Do you wish to begin? Hold on. Having second thoughts? Stage fright, perhaps? I don't blame you. I can't imagine standing in front of the crowd pretending to know what I'm doing. Maybe you should come back once you've plucked up the courage. I just want to see what she says over here first. Hark! The conductor beyond compare makes her grand entrance. The crowd can barely contain their excitement. Are your preparations complete, Maestro? No they're not. They really are not. Because I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to be doing here. So not yet. Oh, you require a little more time? As I always say, there's nothing in life as fleeting or capricious as inspiration. Your adoring audience will endure a lifetime of waiting if only to witness a master at work for the briefest moments. A bell or two longer will make little difference. Yeah, so I think it's a good idea that we start small. Finish your preparations? Yeah. Choir will now perform a song. Time your inputs with the on-screen prompts. When the blue prompt appears left, take your time input as the diamonds overlap. I'm not entirely sure. I have such a short attention span to things like this. But I think I'm just supposed to keep pressing these. Oh, whatever. I'm just gonna jump right in and see. Number of penalties, incurred. The performance will not end immediately, but your attempt will be unsuccessful. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm barely paying attention. I have a feeling I'm gonna regret this. Ooh, pretty. Ooh. Okay. I am all thumbs here. Okay, I'm not sure I know what I'm doing. It sounds so bad. Oh, no. Oh, I knew it was gonna be bad. See, that's what you get for not reading the instructions. Shh, it's okay though, it never happened. We can just pretend it never happened. Okay, so let's try this again. Make several rapid inputs until the prompt disappears. Okay, so I think that was the problem I was having with that part. Yeah, let's just try this again. Okay, so that was much better. Yeah, there we go. Hey, so I only missed one. Phew, that singing lark's harder than it looks. Good thing we had you to keep us in time. Of course, we'll be putting on more shows all the way to the end of the Starlight celebration. I think we'll be able to put on a fairly convincing performance even without a conductor. But if you got time to spare, why not join us for another sing-song? Oh, and one other thing. I think M. Ganranji wanted to say something to you. Probably wants to say thank you or something. Okay. Okay, so I think we're gonna call it a quit right there. These quests are usually breaking up into two different parts, so this was part 1 and part 2 will be coming out almost immediately after, okay? So until later, I hope that you all enjoy your Starlight celebration.